Rangers could soon be facing a major test of their resolve as growing transfer interest surrounds one of their key players. With several top clubs across Europe keeping a close eye on his situation, speculation is mounting that the player could be tempted by a big move away from Ibrox. As Rangers continue their search for stability following recent managerial changes, the player's future has become an increasingly pressing topic, and one that could shape the club's plans heading into the next transfer window. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Stephen Smith admits he has ambitions of working with the Rangers first team on a regular basis after being asked to take over temporarily for the time being. The 40-year-old is in charge of the Ibrox club as they face Dundee United in the league, having led training during the international break last week, and this week heading into tomorrow's fixture. Kevin Muscat is on the brink of being appointed as Russell Martin's successor, but it is expected he will not arrive until late next month, until Shanghai Port's title chances are decided. Therefore, Smith may have a role beyond this weekend, whether that is still as the main man or assisting another interim boss. Previewing the clash with Jim Gouin's men, the under-19s coach recalled the whirlwind of discovering he was being asked to take the first team. He said, "Probably the early part of the previous week, so the Monday or Tuesday. I was actually taking an under-19 session when I come off the pitch, and I had a few messages to let me know that it was a potential that was going to happen. But in terms of since then, I've just tried to keep everything as normal as possible. I've got processes that I like to work with in terms of how I work with the under-19 squad, and it's probably a way of working that I trust. So I've tried not to do anything different from what I've done previous and what I've learned." Rangers have Bran in the Europa League on Thursday, and there is a chance the former left-back is asked to continue for that one, with special dispensation in place for interim bosses who don't have their pro license. Asked about that, he added, "Listen, I'm taking it day by day. As you can imagine, it's probably been a bit of a whirlwind, but I'm trying to keep things as normal as possible, and that normality is that we've got a game on Saturday that we need to go and win. I work here, so I'm available to do whatever the club asks me to do. I think the club and everybody here is well aware that I'm quite ambitious as well, so I've got my personal ambition. I would be lying if I said I didn't want to be involved in the first team at any moment. But I also am in no rush, so I love my job that I do. But the club are aware that I've also got ambitions, which I think you have to work here." With that in mind, tomorrow's game with him at the helm could be viewed as the perfect opportunity to display his credentials. However, Smith insists it is purely about doing the best job he can for the club and not being selfish. "It's not about that for me," he added. "I can have my personal ambitions, but that's not what the game's about tomorrow. We know it's going to be a tough game. Dundee United are well organised, they've got a good structure. They recruited very well. So we know it's going to be tough, so the game's never ever going to be about me. The game's about the players, giving them the information they need that can give us the best possible chance to get a result." Now, Nicolas Raskin's future at Rangers continues to be a significant talking point this season, with several top European sides monitoring developments closely. The Belgian midfielder's situation has been under scrutiny for months following internal issues and growing interest from abroad, leaving his long-term position at Ibrox uncertain as the January transfer window approaches. Earlier in the campaign, Raskin was reportedly involved in a bust-up with former manager Russell Martin, which led to him being omitted from multiple matchday squads. That incident intensified speculation that the 23-year-old could be seeking a move away from Glasgow, particularly given the tension that appeared to exist between player and coach. Although Martin has since been dismissed following Rangers' poor start to the season, the speculation surrounding Raskin has not subsided. During the summer transfer window, Rangers were understood to be braced for potential bids for Raskin amid growing external interest. While no formal offers materialised before the deadline, the midfielder's name was heavily linked with clubs such as Porto, Napoli and several sides in England, including Leeds United. Reports at the time suggested that Raskin's head may have been turned by the speculation, although he ultimately remained at Ibrox and has since worked his way back into the starting 11. Even so, concerns remain within the club that interest from Europe's elite could eventually prove too tempting to ignore. Spurs are the latest Premier League outfit to join the growing list of admirers, with scouts reportedly impressed by his technical quality, energy, and tactical awareness. A move in the upcoming January window is considered unlikely, but there is a growing belief that the summer of 2026 could see serious offers arrive should Rangers fail to progress both domestically and in Europe. Those close to Raskin's camp acknowledge that the midfielder would naturally be enticed by the opportunity to play in the Premier League, though his immediate focus remains on performing for Rangers under the club's next manager. The Belgian has continued to impress on international duty, further enhancing his reputation across the continent and increasing the likelihood that suitors will test Rangers' resolve in the months ahead. The fallout from his strained relationship with Martin still lingers. Ali McCoist was among those to criticize the former manager's handling of Raskin, warning that freezing out such a talented player risked driving him out of the club entirely. Raskin himself recently admitted he wants to be loved by a manager, a remark widely interpreted as a subtle reflection of the disconnect that developed under Martin's leadership. Now, the direction of Raskin's future could hinge on Rangers' next managerial appointment. The club have been moving swiftly to identify a successor to Martin, with Kevin Muscat looking to take charge. The incoming manager's relationship with Raskin will be vital in determining whether the Belgian star remains committed to the project at Ibrox or begins to explore opportunities elsewhere. Should Rangers fail to show tangible improvement on the pitch or convince Raskin of their ambition, the midfielder's resolve to stay could weaken, especially with major clubs across Europe circling. For now, Raskin remains a Rangers player, but his situation is one that will continue to attract close attention. His performances, attitude, and the identity of the new man in charge could collectively decide whether he continues his journey in Glasgow or seeks a fresh challenge when the next transfer window opens. Ultimately, Nicolas Raskin's future could come down to how Rangers handle the coming months, both on and off the pitch. The Belgian has shown his quality and commitment when given trust and responsibility, but with interest from major European clubs only growing, the pressure on Rangers to match his ambitions is clear. The next managerial appointment will play a defining role in convincing Raskin that Ibrox remains the right place for him to develop and compete for honours. If the club can restore stability and direction, there's every chance he'll continue to be a key figure in Glasgow. If not, a move away may begin to look increasingly inevitable as top sides prepare to test Rangers' resolve once again. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.